Learning from the School of the Earth. A commentary. Learning from the School of the Earth demands humility. What will that bird sitting on the windowsill tell us after flying through the streets of a deserted city? She is, after all, nothing more than a few grams of meat, bone, feathers, and blood. A trifle, really, compared to we humans endowed, as we are, with a brain capable of destroying whole mountains, rivers, and forests exuberant with life. But it might be that the free singing of this tiny visitor has the power to inspire us, as when friends, for no particular reason, offer a hug, for they feel in their heart that it is what we need. The gift of empathy consists not just in understanding how to decipher messages. No, it entails the capacity to exercise our 5 or more senses to comprehend, beyond mere words, the feelings of other living beings. In this time, when birds and many other species are reappropriating territories along the length and breadth of the planet, a huge number of theories, born of the need to understand the origin of this current planet-wide uncertainty generated by a virus and by a system of our own creation, invade social media and our minds. Like a million fatuous fires, ideas meander and multiply, their dimensions unknown, stoking the collective fear that we may lose the customs that constitute, for some, a life of privilege and comfort, but for so many others are just the result of a regime that exploits the so-called masses and Earth's resources. People speak of constructing a new world, but we know it will not be easy to eliminate those old, indispensable certainties. Among historical experiences of potential transformation, one process that stands out is the gaining of awareness by the people of India who, thanks to Mahatma Gandhi, learned to regenerate lost abilities and talents. By activating their hands, hearts, and heads, and placing them at the service of freedom, the Indian people were able to free themselves of the prejudices that subjected them to the supposed superiority of the British Empire. This marked the way in which the Indian people committed themselves to unification, an objective by no means easily achieved given the heterogeneous identity that continues to characterize them even today. Unity amidst a diversity of thought and religions attained through the practice of nonviolence has enabled the establishment of the basis of a search for truth, both individual and collective. Ahimsa is the means. Satya is the end, Gandhi said. Hence, the experience of nonviolence will inevitably lead us to a common shared truth. We know that the India of today is not the one of Mahatma Gandhi's dreams, but the example he set is still highly relevant today. His proposal for a constructive program, his guide to nonviolent action to achieve the autonomy of peoples, entails, in effect, achieving consciousness, community unity, organization, and an insistence on truth, or satyagraha. These are the fundamental steps on the path towards peace, steps that respond to the demands of current time, when the awareness of the interdependence of all the diverse beings of this earth is manifested in full plenitude. The words of Chief Seattle. All things are connected like the blood that unites a family. Brings us face to face with our own fragility as the family of the earth, now learning to feel the pain of one of its members, humans, who gaze stupefied upon the happiness of other species, a momentary happiness of the oppressed and innocent, for it reflects the nature of those who mean no harm to anyone. This highlights the consequences of social fragmentation, injustice, and the lack of respect given to so many members of this family of the earth. In this milieu, the Constructive program proposes reconstituting the dignity of the oppressed of the earth, human and non-human alike, as the basis of a participative reconstruction performed to achieve the desire for freedom and common well-being. Sarvodaya. It almost seems as if the Earth's autoimmune system is signaling a path towards the safeguarding of life, but one which demands that each and every one of us learn from the school of the earth and seek a balance among ourselves, with other human beings, and with all species on the planet. In reality, the memory of the world has never abandoned us, but we are now called to answer for our arrogance and for abandoning ancestral knowledge as we covet the illusion of an avaricious, predatory market economy. But thanks to the indigenous people of the world who have fought so long to preserve the treasure that is humanity, we can confront with hope the epic of transformation we are living. The principles of alimentary autonomy and community service and values, gratitude, spirituality, respect for all the diverse forms of life, identities and visions of the world. All of these exist at the foundations of a feasible planet-wide constructive program. Freeing ourselves from the causes that have brought about the global collapse of 2020 may well mean building together Swadeshi, that is, self-government, millions of small units representing neighborhoods and peoples self-organized to regenerate the ancient knowledge of an earth nurtured with patience and love by her faithful guardians. We must learn from the school of the earth without fear and without frontiers. Jai Jagat, victory for the planet.